Taylor Swift stepped into the spotlight once more with her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, dropping on a crisp Friday in early October, and right away, one track lit up the world like a fireworks display over a football stadium. That song was Wood, a cheeky 2.5-minute burst of pop energy that dove headfirst into superstitions and luck, but twisted them into something far steamier, all wrapped around whispers of her life with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, her fiancé since that surprise proposal under the stars back in August. Swift, fresh off wrapping her massive Eras tour, sat down in a sunlit Los Angeles studio with producers Max Martin and Shellback, humming a melody about knocking on wood to ward off bad vibes in love, her voice light and playful at first, like she was sharing secrets over coffee with friends. She started with a verse about Daisy, that poor flower stripped petal by petal. He loves me not, he loves me not, her tone laced with that familiar ache of past heartbreaks, the kind where you pick up a penny heads down and feel the universe laughing. Then came the crack in the sidewalk she stepped over, the black cat that darted across her path with a sly grin, and suddenly, she was pulling listeners into this whirlwind of omens, her lyrics painting pictures of wishes flung at falling stars that never quite landed. But here's where the story flipped, like a quarterback dodging a sack at the last second. Swift crooned about fingers crossed tight until a hand slid over hers, warm and sure, and in that touch, the old curses shattered. "The curse on me was broken by your magic wand," she sang, her voice dipping low with a wink. And the room erupted in giggles from the crew because everyone knew who was holding that wand now. Fans hit play and froze at the pre-chorus. "Where she owned it outright, forgive me, it sounds cocky. He mesmerized me and opened my eyes, redwood tree. It ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs." The internet exploded faster than a Chiefs touchdown celebration, tweets flying like confetti, memes popping up of towering sequoias with Travis's face photoshopped on, and Swifties dissecting every syllable like it was a treasure map. One fan in New York blasted it from her apartment window at midnight, neighbors leaning out to cheer, while across the country in Kansas City, bar patrons clinked glasses and chanted the chorus, turning a quiet night into an impromptu karaoke rave. Swift had teased the album just weeks earlier on the New Heights podcast, that rowdy show run by Travis and his brother Jason, where she spilled the track list live, and when Wood hit the list, the brothers cracked up like schoolboys, Jason blurting nice before they could even catch their breath. It was all so effortless, her dropping bombshells amid football talk, the three of them laughing until tears streamed, Travis's cheeks flushing as he squeezed her hand off mic. Back to the song's heart, it built from there. Swift weaving in nods to their whirlwind romance that started with a friendship bracelet at her Eras show, that megaphone moment on the podcast where Travis called her out for skipping the after-party, his voice booming through speakers and straight into her heart. "I heard you calling on the megaphone, you want to see me all alone," she belted, her melody soaring like a pass downfield, and suddenly listeners were right there in Arrowhead Stadium. The crowd roaring as she slipped into the suite for the first time, heart pounding under the lights. "The bridge hit like a plot twist, girls. I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way." A sly tip to that diamond sparkling on her finger now. The one Travis picked out after months of late-night calls to jewelers, pacing his kitchen floor with blueprints in hand. And then the hook sealed it. New heights of manhood. "I ain't got a knock on wood," a direct shout-out to the podcast that sparked it all, the one where Travis first spilled his crush, his voice cracking with nerves as Jason ribbed him mercilessly. Listeners paused, rewound, screamed into their phones. It was genius, pure and simple. Swift turning their inside joke into an anthem that blasted from car radios and gym speakers overnight. By Saturday morning, Wood was everywhere, climbing charts like vines up a trellis. Fans in London queuing at record stores for vinyls with embossed tree bark covers. While in Tokyo, a group of Eras tour holdovers danced in the streets, linking arms and belting the chorus under neon signs. Swift, ever the storyteller, had explained it all in a pre-release clip, her eyes sparkling as she leaned into the camera. It began innocent, a throwback tune about charms and charms gone wrong. But somewhere in the studio haze, it evolved, heat creeping in like dawn light through blinds. She laughed it off on Jimmy Fallon later that week. waving away the blush with a story of how the line about the redwood just tumbled out after a long day. Travis's laugh echoing in her mind from a voice memo he had sent. Fallon pressed, grinning like a kid with a secret. And she admitted, "I don't know what happened, man," her southern drawl thickening with mock innocence. The audience howling as clips rolled of Travis's podcast shout-outs. Meanwhile, across the pond in Philly, Jason Kelce fired up his laptop, scrolling social media for reactions, chuckling at fan theories that ranged from poetic to downright filthy. One viral thread claiming the magic wand was a metaphor for Travis's pre-game rituals, complete with eagle-eyed screenshots of his lucky socks. Jason, retired but still sharp as a tack, filed it away for their next episode, knowing his brother would squirm just enough to make gold. Cut to the heart of Chiefs Kingdom, where Travis laced up for practice the day after release, teammates slapping his back with wolf whistles. Patrick Mahomes yelling Redwood across the field until coaches threatened laps. Travis just grinned, helmet under arm, shaking his head as he jogged drills, the lyrics looping in his earbuds during cooldowns, a private smile tugging at his lips because damn if that wasn't love wrapped in rhythm. Fans packed tailgates that weekend, red jerseys waving like flags, blasting wood from truck beds as grills smoked and beers chilled in ice chests, one group even carving a foam finger into a tree trunk prop for photos. Swift joined the frenzy remotely, posting a blurry selfie from her tour bus, pulled over on a desert highway. Wine tousling her hair captioned simply "luck changed," with a wood grain emoji that sent likes soaring past 1 million. But the real magic brewed in living rooms worldwide, where couples hit replay whispering the lines like vows, or single friends texted breakdowns at 2 in the morning, decoding the mesmerized as that dizzy rush of first kisses in hidden corners. In Nashville, a songwriter's circle huddled over guitars, strumming covers with harmonies that echoed Swift's twang, one girl admitting it unlocked her own stalled verses about a barista's grin. Over in Los Angeles, a late-night diner buzzed with industry whispers. Execs nursing coffees and debating if this was her boldest pivot yet, from folk-tinged confessions to this unapologetic romp, all while her team fielded calls from brands eyeing tie-ins, lumber companies pitching Swiftwood lines with a wink. Travis, fresh from a workout, FaceTimed her that night, sprawled on his couch with takeout boxes scattered, her face filling the screen as she recounted fan stories from the road, his laugh booming when she mimicked a viral TikTok dance to the chorus. "Your trouble," he teased, eyes crinkling, and she shot back, "You love it," the call stretching until his alarm buzzed for film study. Fast forward to mid-October, the leaves turning gold outside Arrowhead, and the New Heights mic hot again, Jason settling into his chair with a stack of notes, that signature beard twitching with mischief. The episode dropped on a Wednesday, air thick with post-game recaps, but Jason veered sharp, pulling up a fan tweet that had been circling like a hawk. "All right, Trav, time for the Wood stats," he announced, voice dripping sarcasm, and Travis groaned from the other end of the line, already sensing the ambush. Jason read it slow, savoring every word. Travis Kelce before the release of Wood, 4 games, 15 catches, 188 yards, and a touchdown. He paused for effect, the chat exploding with laughing emojis, then barreled on. Travis Kelce after the release of Wood, 2 games, 139 yards, and 1 touchdown. The numbers hung there, stark as a stat sheet, and Travis burst out laughing, doubled over in his Kansas City setup, slapping his knee like it was the funniest roast he had heard all season. "That's hilarious, man. Who even crunched that?" he managed, wiping tears, while Jason leaned in, deadpan as ever.